Hi, my name's Olivia, and I'll be talking about unintended racism in popular sports movies. In some popular sports movies, especially Remember the Titans and Blindside, there's a theme of white savior, which refers to a white person who provides help to a non-white person in a sorcery manner. This role is considered a modern day version of white man's burden. And in the movie Blind Spot, um, this woman named Leanne Tooby, her family takes in a poor African American teenager named Michael Orr, and throughout the movie, she basically does everything she can to get him to play at her alma mater, Ole Miss, and she only wants him to play at her alma mater, Ole Miss. And in the movie, it talks about how at that time it was very popular for white families to adopt an African American child in hopes of their child becoming an amazing athlete, and it gives them bragging rights to show like how great of a family they are because they have a successful child athlete. But which is racially motivated. So it's so hard in the movie to that notice the theme of white savior because you might think that she's doing a great thing by taking in someone who has nothing and then gives him everything that she wants. But once you know that it's racially motivated, you start to think, wow, like this movie might not be what I thought it was about. And this also has to do with how the producer produced the movie, because oftentimes when depicting African Americans in movies, white producers tend to depict them as poor and in need. So my research was to see if the theme of white savior took away from the enjoyment of the movie from the audience. And I found that out that most people didn't even know what white savior was, so they were perfectly fine watching the movie. But once I told them about the theme and I showed them specific scenes that had the theme in them, they started to notice, wow, maybe this movie isn't what I thought it was, and it's not as good as it was. So after my research, I found out that the more people knew about white savior, the more racially motivated they found out it was. They start to think like, wow, this movie is not what it was. And so the overall, what I took from my research was that white savior in movies, once people finally learn about it, it takes away from the overall meaning of the movie.